Military tactics, disciples, cohorts, seeing money wrapped in plastics, duct tape, armorless, moving through the trap, contacts, anonymous, automatics, conceal. Trouble don't want none of us. You can't be scared, but you always run from us. Too many playing life like casinos, chasing money, transactions, Venmo. So how you play your cards, here's the deal. Jesus saves from the church to the pavement. He's coming where you at, full payment. It's the way out, call it suburbs. Them sins where you at, come back, revert. Too many lost young, lost sons, early grave shook ones, disturbed. Check the stats, salvation is the format. Holla at me.
Welcome to Concordance and Coffee. Today we look at
the Jesus Cross Challenge. That's what we're going to talk about today on Concordance and Coffee, where we dig deep into the Hebrew roots of the word and use Greek when necessary in order for you to understand what God is saying in the English. And today we're talking about the Jesus Cross Challenge. What is Jesus challenging everyone to do? And it starts with understanding and breaking down that Hebrew phrase, and ye shall carry up. That's what we're going to break down, because on the surface in the English, when you hear carry your cross, you think about the pain and the suffering, the process that's required to carry your cross. And that's surface level understanding, and that's true. But when you look at the word, this phrase, and ye shall carry up, it appears 889 times. And so let's understand, what does it really mean from the Hebrew perspective? Carrying your cross actually means, according to the Strong's Dictionary, the Concordance, it means to come up. Initially, it requires for you to lose everything in order to carry your cross. And we're going to break down what Jesus says about you having to forsake all, lose everything. It's going to cost you everything to carry your cross. And that's why a lot of people don't want to do it. People are trying to find a way to be in relationship with Jesus and still manifest their own will and desire for their life. But you got to die to yourself in order to be able to then get the things that God has. Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom, which is going to require righteousness, which means you're going to have to die to yourself, your will, your thoughts, your dreams, everything you thought, in order to get what God has for you. Seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and then he'll add the things that he purposed for you, but you got to die. So get back to, and ye shall carry up. It means to come up. It's an offering. It's an ascension, ascend, bring, go. Understand this process will take you up higher in the kingdom, in Christ, in Jesus, but it's a process that requires you to shed off, offer everything up in order to get the increase. It also says this word, this phrase is related to burn, depart. It's going to cause you to burn off stuff. You're going to have to separate and depart from groups and family and friends and situations and circumstances so that you could spring up, raise. Just like when you put a seed in the ground, it dies. But then the deeper it goes, it eventually comes up its first fruits. That's what all of this is related to. And it's also related to breaking. When you die to yourself, you break generational curses so that you can be exalted. If you look deeper into the Strong's definition for and ye shall carry up, it also talks about chewing. Chewing, we know, is a process. You just don't swallow food. Even if the food is good, you got to chew it. You got to go through the process of breaking. And so when we understand carrying your cross is about an elevation, when you get to the objective of first dying to yourself, going through this whole process, then you can get to the increase. Then you can get leveled up. It also says it means to raise, recover, restore, to make, rise up, scale up, set up, shoot forth, begin, spring up, stir up, take away, work, work, work. But it's work and a process to take up your cross to get to this elevation. See, false churches, false teachers, keep trying to give y'all shortcuts to the elevation, shortcuts to the prosperity, shortcuts through the process. They tell you if you do this formula, if you manifest, if you speak this, do that, in 30 days, you'll level up. That's not how it works. That's divination. That's witchcraft. That's your own will. And see, the thing is, Jesus is offering you a cross challenge that if you follow him, you're going to have to die to yourself. You will lose everything. And then the devil says, I'll give you everything. You ain't got to die to yourself. You could do you. You can manifest whatever you want. Just do what you want. Make yourself your own God. You can follow other gods or make yourself a God. You don't have to die to yourself. That's what we're dealing with. And we must understand Jesus illustrated this whole carrying cross to glory, to elevation, to kingdom reign when he took up his cross. When Jesus had to take up his cross, it was a process of pain and suffering that he had to carry his cross up to the mountain. He ascended. He went through that process. He took the cross up to the Mount of Golgotha, and he was crucified. He died to himself. He died. And then he was resurrected, elevated, and now he sits at the right hand of God. That's the process. Jesus literally illustrated this by carrying the cross. And it's a Hebrew word that starts in the Old Testament that gives the foreshadow of what Jesus is doing. So let's get to the second part of this. The first, let me highlight and close this out, or the first part. Genesis 50:24, and Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and God will surely visit you and bring, that's the whole, it's related to the carrying across, bring you out of this land unto the land he swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So Joseph was dying. He knew they were going to go through slavery, but he says God is going to be faithful and bring us out after we go through this process. So take my bones and bury my bones in the promised land. And this was way off in the future, 400 some years in the future. It says Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and you will carry up my bones. Carry up. There's the phrase that we're talking about from hence. So Joseph was prophesying and telling them, yeah, y'all gonna go through bondage and slavery in Egypt, but there's gonna be an appointed time where God is going to elevate you all out, and you need to take my bones. Don't leave my bones here. Take my bones with you. And they did. So let's get to the second part of the Jesus cross challenge.